I needed to do this for me, Frank. Like
Okay,
I needed,
speak on it. Yeah,
I needed to revisit this movie.
Why did you need to revisit it? Why did you pick it for us to talk about on this podcast?
Okay, so I first saw this movie when I must have been like 13, 14 years old. One of my best friends in 8th grade was BJ, and I went over to his house all the time, and BJ had really young parents, as his parents had him when they were 18. So when we were 13, 14, they were 32.
Oh, wow.
I'm 36 now.
That's wild.
So their house was like this haven of like, we could kind of like get away with more shit. They let us curse. They let us kind of like do whatever we want, go wherever we want. And they also had all of this like culture that my parents did not have because they were like a full on like 15 years younger. Showed us a bunch of like movies, old stand up, like music, like ton of stuff. And this was one of those movies. And I remember being, I don't know, 13, 14 and watching this and being like, whoa, man, the media and like violence, it's like a real problem. I'm like hyperbolizing, but it's like also kind of true. Like I really felt like my head was cracked open and I was like, wow, I'm seeing everything differently now. And I loved it. I thought it was like brilliant satire. And I have not watched this movie in
Since?
no, not since. I definitely watched it a bunch in like my late teens, early 20s, but I probably haven't watched it in like around 10, 15 years. And I'm gonna revise my feelings. I think I still think there's a lot of stuff in it.
Stand by your 14-year-old self.
I don't fully stand by my 14-year-old impression of this movie. And I really like, I called this one of my favorite movies for a long time. Like if you had asked me like, what are your top 5, top 10? Like this was always in that rotation because I thought it was.
I'm glad we rewatched.
Me too. Because I thought it was like such a cool, like like punk choice to be like natural born killers.
Alone in that.
I'm sure I wasn't. This movie has a big cult following. There's some like
killer following, if you will.
I won't actually, but no, I thought there was some good stuff, but like ultimately like a pretty flawed and like very heavy-handed movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy on the hands.